and so let me ask y'all this: when it comes to Pau Gasol get his number retired, do y'all think that is he somebody who y'all think should have his jersey retired for the Lakers?
I think that's about the line, like whether he's on this side of it or that side, but like that's the level of player that we need to be talking about. Where second best player, perennial all-star, like fight that's probably a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like that's the level of player we need to talk about. Like not Lamar Odom. You know, like and that's the
no
equivalent
shade to Lamar Odom.
No, for sure. Like Lamar Odom is great. Lamar Odom should have a night at the Staples Center, but like Lamar Odom shouldn't have his number in the rafters for all of eternity.
Derek Fisher.
No.
Like, so for example, this Bucks run here, when Chris Middleton hangs him up, his number is going into the rafters.
Based on the current precedent, yes.
I would say also because of his longevity and
like there should be like some
records,
right.
You know what
like
I mean?
Pau Gasol wasn't a lifelong Laker. He wasn't, you know, like he wasn't even there for more than like 7-8 years. Like that.
That's decent.
That's where we get into like I don't know if you were there long enough. Like then you got to be like really great. Like LeBron in his 4 years in Miami. Like that's greatness. Like that's LeBron James. Like you had, I mean, it's number 6, so it's gonna get retired around the league anyway. So it's no skin off the ass. But like I think that you either gotta be like super great for either a short amount of time or like really good and integral. Like Udonis Haslem.
He probably gives number retired.
Probably because again, like he is Heat culture. You know, like you got to be like super special, not just he was a good player and we won some titles when you.
And honestly, I feel like if you were only there for a short period of time, what you had to do there had to be substantial. And I guess you could argue, yes, KG gets number retired and won championship. I guess one could argue, you know, Paul helped them get 2 rings after, and I think he's in top 10 of a lot of Lakers statistics. So it's like I can see the argument, but for me, as someone who's not a Lakers fan, when I saw that, I was like, does he need to be up? Like it doesn't. It just didn't quite feel like his name belonged up there with like Shaq.
You got 2
and Kobe and Kareem and Magic and Worthy, and someone was like, he's more worthy to be up there than Worthy, and I was like,
huh?
I mean, if you actually dig into it, the argument was sound, and I was like, I never thought about that before.
What was the argument?
I have to find. It was in our Facebook group.
I mean, for most of that run, he was at best their third player.
Yeah.
Like he's a great number 3, obviously, and I think that at some point, like Kareem aged out of that, so like Worthy became like the number 2. But again, like that was near the tail end, and I can understand the argument for it.
So Tyron in our Facebook group, shout out to you.
My cousin.
Oh, shout out. He said, look at it this way. He'll be the next Hall of Famer that won championships and was a key star as a Laker. As a Laker alone, he has twice the amount of all-NBA team appearances as James Worthy, who was a 3rd and 4th wheel during the Lakers championship run. Do I think he has put in the career that warrants his jersey being retired? I think so. As a Lakers fan, I am all for this. It's not his fault that he played for such a storied franchise with so many other historical greats, and that jersey retirement seemed hollow because there are so many greats whose jersey can be made a case to be retired in LA. And I was like, that's a good argument. Again, I don't care enough to be like, no, he shouldn't be up there. But I was like, at my first glance, I was like, that doesn't feel right to me.
I think either, again, like I think that the measure should be Hall of Fame player that contributed over a period of time, or like somebody that is just like integral to the story of your franchise.
I would agree with those credentials, which is why I see Chris Middleton's number going up there.